Hello and welcome, dearest. I'm Grandma Mimsy, and this is my first pass with the newest ingredients items in the July 2024 of the where'd my other thingy go? Of the theme. Oh, well, hey, sometimes things are here and then they're not. Um, for Maniology, their most recent and current theme for the monthly subscription box. And if you're new, I apologize to those who are returning and already know the information, but Maniology has a monthly subscription box. You can get the full box or the express kit. The full box is $30. The express kit, I think, went up to over 20. Might be 24. Please don't quote me and get me wrong. I don't do the express. I get the full box, so the website will tell you. In the box, you get the information about the box and an inspiration kit card. If you get the full kit, it tells you everything about the plates and the polish. The express kit does not include polish, so you get a different card. But the inspiration card, I believe, is the same. You get 2 exclusive to members only plates, so members only can buy past plates if you were not a member at the time, if they're still available. They run a shipment, and once those sell out, they're no longer available. And in my experience, they have not run out very often, but we did recently do that earlier this year. There were not enough extras to be available on the website after the box closes out. The box begins, all boxes become available on the 23rd of the month, and the last day to get them is the 22nd of the following month. So this is the July box. It went live June 23rd. I get mine shipped out early. Most people get their boxes charged and shipped on the 1st. You can email Maniology and have them shift the date you would like your box to ship, whenever you would like it to ship. So this month is oh, and if you get a prepaid subscription, they have a 3-month and a 6-month. That lowers the cost because there's a discount, and then your box ships out like without having to wait for the payment to process. So since they already have the money, your box kind of goes on the date that your ship date is. It's like boom, and it's here. So at this point, where was I? Okay, here is the plates. Sorry, I get distracted with all the details that I try to share because you never know, someone coming along later on who isn't versed in all this stuff might need to know the details. So, okay, we're going to try and squeeze this out a little bit so that I don't have to come up so close so that you can see the images without the glare. So you have this big patch right here. Usually you get little squares of patches like on this one. There's little tiny things, but they also have one where it's a larger image. So on this one you have this whole section that is a big patch. So you could pick any part of this and isolate it out. Nobody's really going to have a nail that's big that you're going to be able to fit all that on. Then you have this negative space one here, which is a little tricky with the person blowing all kinds of bubbles. So you could kind of mix and match with that one as well. Then we have some images of all things bubble. So there's, I'm trying to figure out if, I think that's a planet, but if you look at it sideways, it could be like a UFO, but there you go. So there's the typical bubble tube with the wands, bigger, larger bubbles, different larger wands of things. It is all things bubble. I'm having trouble reading that. Let's see if we can get a little closer. So we all can see it. Okay, great. Bring on the bubbly. Put your troubles in a bubble and blow it away. Oh, that's super cute. Okay. So now, how do we zoom out? Sorry for all of you with the... This is a tricky thing to get it all to do what it needs to do. Okay, great. I think we're back to where we are. I hope we are. Okay. So, then you have So it's like all things. So these are hearts, streams, stars. There's more hearts and bubbles and more plain bubbles. So that is MXM 131. You have this streams more of bubbles. I mean, it's just literally bubbles. So stars, bubbles, hearts, more stars and moons, clouds, and then, you know, if you were on the live, you kind of saw these images already. So I'm trying to get them. There we go. I hope. Put my finger there. So, okay, so you got hearts and bubbles and cloud and moon and another heart, and there's a teddy bear, and I think they decided that's a llama. Okay. And then we have more words. Sorry, I cannot hold this still enough to get it. There we are. So, there it is. I'm so sorry about the wiggles. Okay, more bubbles, less troubles. And then the other one, in my own bubble. Yeah, I know people that do that. Okay. You know, this is why I don't mess with the zooming in and the zooming out, because yeah, it's kind of crazy. And let's get all the goodies out of the way so that we can give you my thoughts. And oh, here's where my thingy went. Theme. So, okay. So, making it neat for you to see what there's to see. So, where are my first impressions of what I did? Grabbing my extra helpers. Whoops. Klutz mode in action. Okay. So, there are the plates. I know these are going to reflect, so we're going to try and move them out of the way so that plates aren't getting scratched and they're not causing a visual impediment. Okay. The other item was the free gift. Oh, no. Let's go over the polish. Durr. Okay. So, in my experience or understanding, or however you want it, in my opinion, they've switched to these bottles that have these little ridges on the bottom. I don't know why. I don't know how. Doesn't matter. But in my opinion, it makes the stickers not stick. So I tend to put them on the glass because in my experience, they stick better and stay. Putting them on the cap, they tend to come off, and then, you know, you're having to add other things to it. Yes, I've already made the cap on mine messy because we're just a hot mess. So we have Bliss is B518 and Euphoria is B519, and this is a lovely kind of pink purple lavender shade. And here is what I did with one layer. It flows absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it the viscosity, how kind of like with the oil in your car or the oil you use to cook in your pan, how a polish flows in when you're applying it is a huge deal. Is it thick and kind of goopy, sticky, stringy? Does it flow and smooth out and level on its own? Does it leave streaks with the brush? I mean, there's all these things that go into the polish, and this is a lovely cream that flows effortlessly, and you get a nice finish without too much having to feel it out. And then Euphoria, I've noticed that some things in the polishes that Maniology is doing, I do not have My Renaissance, I moved it in my organization, and I don't know where I stuck it at the moment because I'm putting things in categories, and I'm keeping with what I'm using for the moment to just do things that I need to do, and then the rest is kind of like getting sorted into sections because I'm redefining how I have my stuff set up for me. So I do not have Renaissance. Renaissance is it's similar to Luna, but it's Luna and Coconut and Renaissance are all a very similar. And what I'm going to do is once I get everything situated, I'm going to do a polish comparison. I'm going to pull them all out and do them for the ones that I personally have, that I have access to. I'm going to go through and do comparisons and do kind of like so you can tell the difference. But Renaissance is a cream. It is a lovely shade that is, like I said, similar to Coconut or Luna. And Cloudy is like the love child of Renaissance and Retrograde, because you get, where's my Cloudy? I know you're up here somewhere. You get this similar hue of, and Renaissance looks like this. It's this tan kind of cream that's not quite a white. It's not a beige, but there you go. And then you get this blue finish. Well, Retrograde has the same blue finish. And when you put it over something dark, this turns into the most vibrant. This is like my top 10 favorite shade is Retrograde. Well, Cloudy is like a close, because they are. So there's that. And then you have, nope. I know you're here somewhere. Then you have the, I want to say Sunburst collection. It's got, there's like 3 of them. There's a peach, and there's this one, and then this one. It got used and set aside in one of my, I was doing a video using it, and it got stuck in one of my little boxes with a bunch of other things, and I'm organizing, and I don't remember. Everything's kind of spaced out at the moment because, yeah, we're working on taking care of stuff. So it includes seaweed and fish scale, and I want to say sandbar, but I'm not positive. So for me, I use seaweed a lot. I don't know if you can tell. Like the bottle's like half full. I do have a backup, but I'm going to need to get more. So for me, if you take, where did I put it? If you take these two, you get Euphoria. Because this one leans green. I don't know if you can tell in the video. Seaweed tends to lean green. But the base shade that is the pale peachy color, they mix that with whatever made this one blue, and you get this one. Oh! So there's that. Thank you, Maniology. I'm super happy. I'm gonna live in this. Okay, let me go back. Where's my, look how much I put a dent in that. You can see where the line is. I use this almost weekly. Same thing with Expedition Pearl. Okay, this one I've had 6 months. 6 months polish, and these two are the same. I've used them so much, I've equaled the same of something that, yeah, I don't use that one nearly as much as, so just to gauge, just to let you know. This one I've had almost a year, halfway down, so that should tell you something. It's Maniology stock up. If you love this shade, if you love what you think you've seen with this shade, if you are not a subscriber and did not get this as an early release, you need to email Maniology. You intend to buy the heck out of this, because this is going to sell out if they don't stock up. Just my grandma's, little tidbits on the details. So there you go. Fair warning. So this is Bliss with one coat. I know I'm long-winded on this. I'm sorry. This is Euphoria on one coat. There's nothing underneath, no white, no nothing. Just, so it's just a very hint of something. So if you are someplace where you want a pop of color or something to be shimmer or pretty, and you can get away with that, and you know, one coat will do you with, you know, base and top coat and all that other stuff, stellar. It yeah, it's a fun duochrome finish to someone who just wants the plain basics. So there you go. This is with 2 coats. So you get a little bit more flash. You get a little bit more of the shade of the, and I hope you can tell in the lighting that the blue is, let me change that around, see if that makes a difference in the lighting. So this is 1 coat, this is 2 coats. So they did not really kind of go over the distinctions between the two in the live, so there's that. I really do love this shade a lot. And it works as a great base coat, and I'm going to leave that there. Okay, so this is over white. So you get a little bit more where there's some intensity to it. So I'm going to come up so you can see. So this, put them back in order, because I can tell in person probably a lot better than you can on the camera. But this is 1 coat. This is 2 coats. This is over white, Bam White. Now, this is the gift. In case you didn't see the unboxing, you get the single stand, you get 5 of these, and the heads on these are thinner. This is a little bit different. It's easier to hold than the regular ones because it's got the indentions. One thing I don't know if people notice or was talked about, but the shading of the way the light moves is that the base of this picks up different hues and transforms from blue, pink, and purple. It is very interesting. These are beautiful and I love them, and yeah, I will buy extras when they become available because I want it to be like a full set of it, but I'm not thrilled with how dinky they are. They are dainty, which means my little fingers, and you know, I have less to grab on. So there's the pros and cons with that. I like it a lot, but I'm having, in my first blush of, you know, transitioning through, I'm dropping them a lot more than I do, and so that's just kind of my thing. This is over black, straight up black, and this is Euphoria. So how this is like what you get with the retrograde. You get that very teal neon kind of, ooh. So there's how that looks. Okay, now I did do some other, but I haven't done the artwork with them because I got frustrated with this. Now let me grab, where do I have it? Okay, I did a recent video today, earlier. I think it's available. Anyway, it's on the website. It's available. We'll just go with that. So the plate I did earlier is the M472 for the floral swirls. This is what the plate looks like. And there's a reason why I'm showing this. Here are the images of it. Okay, now that I showed you that, and really quickly, I'll go, if I can grab these without making a huge mess. There is method to my madness, purpose to my... So here are the images for some of the designs I did on that. Here are the images for those. The reason I'm doing that is that for these plates, there's a learning curve. And I'm going to say it, this is not a newbie plate. And here's why. Now, here's my stamping that I did on the paper for, that's plate MXM 131, 32, no, let me, oh, for clarity's sake. Okay. Words are hard, and I'm getting frustrated with, myself, and a lot of other things. Anyway, not taking it out of the plates, just explaining that, so the MXM 131 and MXM 132, and where did my, this is what I kept getting. This is my first stamp, and it didn't go so well, so we tried again. And then I kept, as I went along, I didn't even have things that I could stamp with, because again, on the stamper I could already see it was not going to translate. Now, the thing is that the reason I showed you this other plate is that this one has fine detail. This one has things that are very delicate, and there's something about the way that this one was etched, and yes, a lot of it is a thicker design, a thicker image. There is the difference in between the bubble, which is a very fine line, and these ones. But these ones are etched so deeply and so precisionally that I used a lot of my options here. And every one that I used, from the hollows, the special effects, the creams, the duos, the ones with all the shimmers and the glitters, they all worked. They all worked on how this moved out into being able to stamp on both myself and the tips. And the only reason, now this one is, I used the dark blue and the green, and I stamped the white over. This one is cloudy, believe it or not, with the dark blues, and I went over it with the Expedition. So they kind of look similar, but they are very different in what I actually applied. So, and then I rushed it because I was impatient and always pushing that. I was trying to stamp too soon and too quickly with not completely set polish. So we're going to go with that. But doing this one, I figured out very quickly that how you scrape. On the swirl one, I could go up, down, left, right, didn't matter. They all came out. This one, you have to use a lot of polish, and you're going to have to figure out which direction, because it's like some of these, like this one, you're going to have to go sideways. It might not scrape this way. I forget, because I got very frustrated by this, because usually the stamping on the paper, I can sit here while I'm watching TV, and I have TV series that I just put on because I've already seen all the episodes, so I just put it on to have something going on in the background, especially since there are people that are noisy outside. It gets very loud, and it's just to kind of drown out and let me get into my zen, or I'll listen to a book or something while I'm doing it. And I was getting very, very frustrated because the pickups were just not happening on the stamper. I was not getting the images that I want, and I don't remember, because like I said, I got frustrated. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna say I love these images, I love these designs. When I first saw it, I went, oh cool, that's gonna be fun, because I love bubbles, and I like the hearts, and I like the stars, and I can't wait to be able to wear that on my nails, because it's gonna be so cute. And then when I start playing with it, and it's like, oh, it's not picking up right. Ah. Okay, so here's what I did get, is that I used, here is over Batty. Where'd you go? Where'd you hide? There you are. Okay, Batty, B489. I messed it up on the bottom, but it is a gunmetal gray, and over the gunmetal, I used Euphoria, and it does change to this interesting green, and you can barely see it. It's I don't know how to make it so that you can see it. It's hardly there, so it's not fun in that regard. But okay, I get it. This is the Bliss, and I used straight up black. This is Deep Space, I think it is. Where did you go? It's either Deep Space or Cosmos. Is it? Cosmos. Yeah, Cosmos. So this is Cosmos. I did Bam White. Okay, yeah. I can get pickups absolutely fantastic over any shade with Bam White and straight up black. Those two work absolutely, definitively. Yes, you will get a pickup. Everything else, not so much at all. And well, that kind of bums me out, because that leaves me with two shades. I can use it over any other base color, no big deal. But I'm going to have to play more. So this is a plate that I'm just going to say for all the newbies out there, and even those who are experienced. Go in with the mindset that you're going to need to work efficiently and slowly with intention and purpose. This is not going to be, I mean, I'm telling you, it was less than an hour that I was able to do all of these and my nails. I just went bam, 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 bam. It was a matter of pretty much letting the paint dry. Which is why these did so much better than me. But I did all of these and all of my own nails on both hands and did a video in less than an hour. That was quick. And these worked flawlessly. Easily. There was no stress, no tension, no whatever. It just, there you go. So when I get this, and I'm like going, oh my. And the thing is, the ones that I had difficulty with as well is the Winnie the Pooh and the Alice in Wonderland. A lot of these ones that have the very fine details, the very thin, I'm going to say microscopic etchings, are going to be the ones that are going to be more challenging. That you're going to have to take more time, effort, and energy, and you're going to be doing a pickup and it not work out, and you already know before you even do it. So while doing the live, the lady showed us those ones that you could do, and it was so much fun. And she went, oh no, I'm going to do it this way because I'm going to show you some techniques and do it this way. And she got a beautiful result of just this little tiny step-by-step doing these things, is because that's exactly what it's going to take for you to get the details on this, for you to be able to get all of the embellishments on this. This is going to be a plate that's going to take you time and practice. And it's not going to be easy at first, especially if you're a newbie. So practice, practice, practice. Like they said in the live, and this is probably why this was included with this set, to give you these things. Go get the tips. I get these off of Amazon. I want to say I get like, in the set, there's 4 or 6 bags or something that the set comes, and then it's, I want to say it's 500 or 1,000 of these, and I end up usually ordering 2 sets, and I want to say it's about $10, $15. And then I will go fish out where I get the stickies, because I use 2 different kinds, and I'll do an entire video on that if anyone is interested in doing this. But this is a fantastic way to just map it out, because while I love the sticky stamper station and Maniology on their website, you can go search the website, go check on the menu. You might have to scroll down to the bottom someplace, but Maniology has things you can print out. If you have a printer and other things, they have nail shapes, and they have these pages that you can print out with the designs to create things. But stamping on this is not as easy as it might seem. Stamping on paper is way more difficult. And even on these things, every now and then I get my moments where things will not stamp because the paper is just not taking it like your natural nail will or the tips will. But go get you some of these things to just design out. I love these sticky stamper stations where you can do that. This is great for having them to be able to come back to and go, all right, this is what I want to remember what I did because I liked what I did. Like I did a video the other day. It was only like 24 hours and I'm like going, I can't remember which shade I used. But that's okay. You can then, in the process, memorialize that by recreating your artwork while you have it fresh in your mind. Write it down, use the, and sometimes I use these to, test out. How do the colors work? I will grab a shade as a base and paint it on here, and then I will take the plate I'm going to use or that I want to use, and I will grab different shades and mix and match, where I do a really thin, and there's multiple plates that you can get, like the French plates, and there's the block plate and a couple others that just have a space of nothing, so that you put it on, you very delicately scrape across, you get a very thin layer of polish, and you can do that in a very small amount. You don't have to use the whole block, but basically use just enough that would be enough for your image size, so that you're not feeling like you're wasting too much polish. But I've been doing it enough, and I have so much polish that, at this point, I will never use it all in my lifetime. And yeah, I want new shades of polish, because after a while you get kind of bored with some. And there are some polishes, hey, I like having it. They don't go bad. You can get, Maniology now has the stuff you can add to it, the thinner, that is a really good buy to be able to put those drops back in that help recondition your polish. So polish lasts for a very long time. And there are some shades that, hey, I'm not that thrilled with, but I have it. And every now and then, oh, wait, I do have a shade that will, So that's why I'm trying to organize things and get things to where I can go back and go, oh, this is the shade I got. And I'm not the only one that struggles with organizing when you start getting a large collection of shades. There's content creators out there. One in particular that Christine with Hollow Taco. And she has multiple videos of how do I need to organize this, where she's taken it down and put it back up and rearranged it and did it different ways. And then she moved and did it again 3 more times. It's insane how much you struggle when you start getting all these shades. Do you put it in order number? Do you put it by manufacturer? Do you put it by, because she buys from all kinds of stuff, not just her own stuff. She's got an entire wall built-in custom shelves for her polish. I don't even know how much she said she's got, but that's okay. She has tons, and I literally mean that. So for me, I'm in the multi-hundreds, and I live in a very small place, so I have to be very, anyway, I digress. But I love the sticky stamper stations because you can use the sticky part for doing your mani, and then you can memorialize the things that you're doing on this. But trying to stamp on this when you're doing your little images, sometimes it's not enough. And so that's why I stamp out on the cardboard, because sometimes it's easier to get it to work on this, which is the 3x5 cards, than it is to stick to these, because there's a little bit of a gloss. there's science and chemistry and, you know, all kinds of other things that goes into figuring this out. And every now and then, I don't do the math. And so it all just kind of comes in going, you know what? I'm having a moment. This is my zen. This is how I play. This is how I express myself creatively. I have other things that I want to do, but again, it's organizing in my space and figuring out how to make it all work. I got some new projects to share, but that's for the other channel. Anyway, so yeah, I have many things that I'm working on all at the same time, both in my head and physically. It's just, so yeah, I'm like Nutty Professor. But anyway, I digress. This is a long video for not a whole lot of information in basically the artwork and things that I've done. This is like the prep work of the artwork. So I got to come back and play with these. But I have other things to share before I do that. So it'll probably be a day or 2 or 3 or a week. But I will come back to this because this is one of those ones that I have to kind of, for my process, when I find things difficult, sometimes I have to put myself at a distance from it so that I can let the inspiration come back. I have the things in my brain, and then I give it time and, you know, breathing room, and then when I come back to it, it's like, yes. So I have a whole lot of videos to come back to, but at the same time, I have a whole lot of new things that pop up. So I'm trying to share my experiences to give you insight into helping you with your experiences, and I hope it helps. And if it does, fantastic. And if, you know, I'm from the mindset, take what works and what doesn't, you know, like, you know, that's okay. Not for you. All right. I realize I'm not everybody's cup of tea. That's okay. If you want Coke, go for it. If you want something else, buy it. That's fine and dandy. And that's why we're, all of our voices are great in the sense that we help each other one way or another. And so I try to be someone, thank you, Lisa. Thank you, who said she would rather be team informer than team influencer. So I guess I'm an influencer on information, not buy, or just go get this because it's great. I'm informing you on your decision to help you make a decision from my experiences. And then there will be other people out there that you will get their opinions, and then you can make an informed decision. Yeah, I'm not about the FOMO. Don't go buy something to miss out on just because and then feel guilty about it. No, we're not doing that. We're not promoting FOMO. We're promoting get what inspires you, get what excites you, get what will make you happy for the having of it. Because part of the FOMO is people get things they think they want, and then after they get it, the shiny wears off and they're not thrilled anymore. And then they just have it and they're not happy. They were happy in the moment, but that's the problem. Little quick tidbit, and I know I'm digressing and sidestepping, but there's that whole money can't buy happiness, but money gives you the freedom to explore your happiness. So the having of the money means you are less focused on the stress and anxiety of having to be forced to make a decision to pay one thing and not be able to pay something else. The having of the money is the freedom to the peace and tranquility that, hey, I can pay the bills and buy the food and keep the roof over my head. When you buy something that you think is going to make you happy, it only makes you happy in that one moment, and then the moment's gone. So happiness, money buying happiness, is a myth and a misnomer that people think having money will make them happy. That's why money doesn't buy happiness, because your happiness isn't something you can sustain in a real life world. Happiness is not something you can have for every second of every day. You've got to have the unhappiness as the contrast, as the, oh, wait a minute, now I know what happiness feels like, and I know what unhappiness doesn't feel like. The goal most Americans don't understand And what you get from meditating, from the Tibetan teachings, from the Buddhist understandings of the Eightfold Path, is that, number one, there's suffering, and we can't do anything about that. If you can accept there's suffering in the world and you have no power to control or change that, and you remove yourself from that need to fix it, releases you from all that pain and suffering. Because focusing on the fact that there's something wrong and you can't do anything about it just makes you angry and upset. And then you don't know why. And there's a whole lot of other reasons why, but that's not what this is going to be about. So if you can acknowledge that there's pain and suffering and you can't do anything about it, and we're the cause of our own pain and suffering, yes, we internalize things that we think, the thoughts and things that we think and believe, causes us to create our own inner struggle, strife, and suffering. And if we can get away from that, then we're more at peace. And then there's more others in there that you can do things to make changes. And then there are things that, at the moment I forgot the third one, but the fourth one is nirvana, that you have achieved inner peace. But the whole idea of this process, I'm not a Buddhist, but I do understand and use some of their techniques along with the meditating. And this is what helped me to heal a lot of where I was coming from my bad places. So, needless to say, if you follow all the teachings of this, and if there's on my other channel, if someone would like more information about this, I'm happy to do a series about it or explain it. Or you can go, do the Google Bing thingy, circle search, and search the Eightfold Path. And it will there's lots of websites out there and videos that will teach you all the good guru stuff of what you need to know about this. For the sake of your own sense of peace, the short answer is you are seeking a place of non-ness, where you are in balance. You are not happy, you're not sad, you are neutral. You have no extension or what's the thing? I don't have a dog in the fight. You are at a place of neutrality where you are not focusing on seeking anything outside of yourself. You are, hey, I'm good. I got a roof over my head. I have food to eat. I'm breathing. Any day above ground is a good day. You are working at a place of, you know what? Right now, in this moment, is all I have. So in this moment, I'm good. And then the happiness comes from the experiences of things. I get super happy over all the new Maniology goodies because in that moment, that's my bliss, but not polish. But in that moment, I get excited for it because these things, being able to have of them, do not make me super excited and happy. It's in the having of them, what makes me super happy and excited is that what I can do with them. It's the creativity and the expression of self that after the getting of them, then I can sit here in a place of Zen and go create and polish and do and self-care and all that fun stuff. So I'm influencing you to figure out what in the nail art process of this, your creative process of this, can create a Zen experience for you, a self-care, mindful state of purpose for you to achieve neutrality and peace and calm. And I hope all of that nuttiness actually makes sense in the long run. Do your nails and helps you to feel good about yourself, because then when you go out in public and go, people love you. I mean, seriously, the other day I did a plate just for the sake of testing it out, and I really didn't do a whole lot of art. I just went doop doop doop, and I did a base polish cloudy, and I did one of the darker ones, probably deep space. No, it wasn't it. Which one was it? Cosmos. But it was Cauldron. It was Cauldron over Cloudy. It was the most basic thing. It was a plate that was a swirly of some sort, and all I did is went nah, 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 because I took one of the images and I just kind of went stamp happy because it wasn't a big enough image to fit my nail. So I just kind of filled in the spots. It really was no rhyme or reason because I needed to put something on my nails because I had just done a video and basically I wanted to have something for the next couple of days. And well, a couple of days turned into 3 or 4 days. And so basically I was just adding top coats to keep my nails from chipping or breaking and denting, and I still managed to chip and dent and do other things, and that's okay. We were able to file it down a little bit and pray it grows to reach the others eventually. We'll file the others down and there you go. But I was out and about unexpectedly. It wasn't planned. It was just kind of like spur of the moment. And the gal in the restaurant was like, "Oh, yours are so cute." And I'm like going, yeah, and half the images had actually faded off because I didn't prep it. I didn't plan on it staying on my nails. It was just kind of like, again, spur of the moment. And I ended up not having the energy and the opportunity to do other nails, to redo the nails. And so it was faded because, again, I did a really teeny tiny thin, I didn't prep things well. And after 4 or 5 days, all the stamped images were fading off. And she was like, "Oh, but that's still so cute." Oh my gosh. And it's that in itself, when people go, "Oh, you did that?" Yeah, I did that. That's the feeling. That's the happiness where someone can, spot something and you go, "Oh, I feel good about me for this moment." But it's not that somebody else is giving me what I need to feel good about myself. I feel good about myself, and other people are acknowledging that. It's, God, I hope all this rambling makes sense. So I'm just going to say, on that note, if you got this, if you've already ordered this and it's on the way, I am so happy for you because I love the images of this. And if you can figure this out faster, better, easier than me, more power to you. I'm awesome. Absolutely awesome sauce. If you're on the fence about this, I always say if you're on the fence about it, get it. If you're unsure about it, get it. If you absolutely hate it and you don't want it, don't get it. Don't feel guilty about it. But I'm just saying, if there's any doubt and you think you might want it, always get it, because these plates are not going to be around. They're going to eventually sell out, and then you're going to kick yourself, and there's where that emotional stuff is going to go. Don't do that to yourself. If you can afford it, if it's within your budget, if it's something you think you might want, then get it. Don't be on the fence. Pull the trigger and go. If you can't afford it, then do what you have to do. If it's something that you really, really want, then figure out, ask questions. I'll help if you need to know more how to change your circumstances. I'm a life coach, and I've got certifications and all kinds of things. I'm a grandma. I keep training and learning about the psychology of the mind and everything else there is to know about being human. I can help you. Message me. My email is my name @gmail. Find me on a social media other than YouTube. I'm on all of them. I really don't go to Twitter much, but I'm there. But if, you want to find me on one of the other socials and message me, feel free to. If you want to be angry at me, keep your anger to yourself, because no offense, it ain't going to make me cry. And it's not going to do you any good other than, okay, express yourself. But hey, I'm a lover and a fighter. Just saying. If there's something that you said you disagreed with and you want to have a conversation about it, we'll chat. If there's something you love, I love hearing all the happy stuff. But I'm not going to invite the ugly. So if you want to come for me, sorry. I'm not here to influence you to do anything other than improve your life and make decisions and showcase what I do. And if you're not interested in something that I said, then that's okay. Again, I understand. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Find someone else that makes you happy to follow. So, I have never experienced a hater so much on my own stuff, and I don't think I ever will, because all the people out there are, that follow and are interested in this are super happy people in the watching and the doing and the thing. And so I'm absolutely grateful of that. I just find the haters in other places, and you just kind of go, oh my God, who really hurt you? Let me give you a hug. Which is why I say, there are those who are in the Misery Loves Company Club. Do not let them recruit you. And I know it's not easy, because I'm a reformed one. I used to live in that company. I used to be in that club. Do not let them find company in your misery, or your misery in their company, however you want to twist it around. I get it. The world needs more love and kindness. A lot more love and empathy. Manners, etiquette. Oh yeah, all that stuff. All that fun stuff. We forgot how to be human with each other. We forgot how to treat each other with respect and kindness and care, because we all need respect, kindness, and care. So yeah, I'm screaming this to the rooftops and the mountaintops and everything else at the tops, because there are other civilizations that forgot how to do things, and they don't exist anymore. And I want there to be a civilization for my grandkids and great grandkids and great 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 grandkids, all in the down line, 10 generations, or however you want to look at it. I really, really, really want the human race to continue in our, way of being good and having the liberties that we have here. So anyway, this has been a long video. I'm sorry for the longness, but I hope all of it makes sense. I hope all of it helped. I hope you got something out of it. And if you didn't, then, and you think I should cut the chatter down, just, say, okay. Because you're not the first. But if you enjoyed it, and if there's anything in there that resonated with you, let me know what did and didn't, and let me know what you want more of, because, I'm open to, adjustments. But we'll go away for a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks. This will stop being the theme on the 22nd. I will send out a reminder. So hopefully, about the third week of July, I'll come back and revisit this at some point and give you more insights in what I found about it. But this is one I love to hate because it has its challenges. But hey, challenges is what helps us grow. So it's kind of fun when I do different art of things, and even the most simplistic ones that are, kind of cute, and I get, oh, you're getting better at that. Oh, you really yeah. I've been doing this a while, and I've been pretty good at it for a long time. It's just I was always doing what I was doing for me. I was not doing it to try and be creative. And I'm finding more fun in the trying to be more creative as an outlet. So that's what I'm getting better at. Anyway, thank you for liking, subscribing, following. Sharing is caring. I'm trying to get to 400. My ultimate goal is to get to 1,000. I will do a drawing for a mystery plate. I will send off to someone I know you will love. And I will do that for every new 100 I get to. I'm slightly over 300, so I will do this when I get to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1,000. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. See you soon. Thank you for watching this really long video. I appreciate you all. Love you too. Bye. See you soon.